Gracious Heavenly Father, we're so grateful for your mercy and grace, and we thank you for all that you do for us. We pray, Lord, that you would help us in this meeting, but help our nation as well. Help heal the hurts, the pain, the division that is going on, and just give us peace. We cry out for your peace upon all of us, and we love you and we thank you for listening to us tonight and helping us through this. In your name I pray. Amen. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll first start off with, if you didn't wear a jacket tonight, maybe the heat will come back on, but it's not, hasn't been working. We've been in here for about an hour, and, it's just a hair warmer than what it was, but it hasn't been working too well tonight.
Let me try to reset it.
Yep. So, all right, in your packet, you had the minutes of the last meeting.
Motion. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Committee reports. In your package, you also had a memo from the chamber. So we'll take that as their report. Finance.
Well, we had another positive month. All our numbers were up across the board. Year to date, we're up $380,573, which shows us how important it is to shop in town or online. If you do either one of those, money comes back to us and it helps us provide services and buy equipment that we need. That's all I've got.
All right. Fire.
Mayor, council members, citizens, I did send some information in your packet as far as our year-end activity going on for last year. And if I can, I'll hold that till last. I've got a few things I was going to throw in beforehand. First thing, I failed to mention our last meeting, but every year the Kennett fire department, we have a Firefighter of the Year award. In 2020, that award went out to Mr. Justin Harris, part-time firefighter that a lot of individuals look up to, and an outstanding firefighter for our city. So congratulations to Justin. Other things going on, COVID vaccines. Dr. Jane had received in some vaccines and contacted us early on, about 2 weeks ago, asking if we had anyone that was interested. And we had about 25 staff members out of 38, that's including the part-time people as well. But we've had 25 of us take advantage of it. Again, that was those of us that wanted to take it, and that's why we kind of threw it out there. If you're interested, Dr. James got it, you can get it. So most of us have been through the first round of it with minimal side effects, other than just being lazy sometimes for some of them, including myself. But yeah, it's done quite well. Nothing really severe, and I think starting week after next, we'll be going back for our second round. So again, things have gone quite well for that, just on a volunteer basis. This weekend, you're going to probably see numerous fire vehicles from across the state. Kennett Fire Department, we're hosting a structural firefighting class here in Kennett. It will involve a burn prop from the Missouri University, so they're bringing it in from Columbia for us. So hopefully restaurants, you may see an influx of business on Saturday, I hope so, because we will have numerous folks in for that. Okay, like I said, in your packet, again, just I'll hold it brief. Total calls for last year was over 1,300, and that was up from around, that's a difference of about 500 more calls last year than the previous year. Of those, 76% were medical or EMS rescue involved, and that does involve your car accidents and so forth. Fires made up for a total of 12.5%. With fires, even though it looks like a small number, those are very high-risk events. So, you know, in some other areas that we went into, we put in a total of 6,200 hours of training over the past year. Again, it's needed. We're doing high-risk events and continually needing training. Of the events, on the medical side of things, our largest response calls was to breathing difficulties, which breathing difficulties can be responsible for numerous things, not just breathing problems, but possibly cardiac or other type of issues. And then the second top rated call that we went to was chest pains or possible heart attacks. So again, been very, very busy within our fire service this past year. And the way this year has started off, we're going to be even busier. This past week, I know we've been running about 3 deep on calls at some point, and we're still able to keep up with the call volume. Again, the majority being medical or rescue in nature, but we're doing quite well with what we're doing. I did throw in some inspections issues there for you. One note that I will make is as far as building inspections, total construction cost on 114 new permits that was thrown out in 2020. Total cost of construction going on is $35,452,000. The construction going on in Kennett right now.
That's great.
So, outstanding job for the city of Kennett. We are doing stuff, folks. That means we're doing stuff. And before I turn it over to safety, Tyler had a Murma evaluation go on here last week. I'm gonna let him explain a little bit about that. We had just got this in today, if you've seen on your desk there, HD Media Systems. We were asked, or I volunteered maybe a few months ago, that, oh yeah, we'll get in here and get you a system. We went out and working with Brad Floyd, trying to work something out. We just couldn't really, he's a very busy person as far as IT that he does. We contacted a group out of Cape Girardeau, HD Media Systems, and they came down, evaluated what we had, and come up with a quote of $9,862. That does include 2 cameras to be placed at our request, as well as microphones for each individual council person, and a mic here for this podium here that could be muted if necessary. Just say that. But anyway, that's been presented to you to do as you wish. And Tyler, do you have anything else for me?
Is that installed?
That is installed, yes. That includes all the wiring, even the computer that it will operate off of.
And that gets us to do the Facebook?
It allows us to do Facebook or any other type of social media,
Facebook
Zoom,
and it'll
cable.
take care of this too?
Yes. And if our camera operator, he could be trained in it, I think, to operate this system. Again, it's going to be operated off a computer, and he toggles everything through the computer system.
I think the citizens would like that. I know whenever we're doing
We're gonna look into
the
it.
live, they really like it.
Sure. Holly?
Brenda, is that in you put that in your budget? No.
We're gonna look to see if we can pull it
We don't.
from, where we can pull it from.
Okay, cool, good.
Mayor, council members, last Tuesday, I'm sure a lot of people in this room know Jeff Art, our Murma Loss Control consultant. We spent about 6.5 hours together Tuesday going through the entire Murma evaluation. From last year, we were at a 95%. This year, we have gone up to 97%. The issue that we were not necessarily aware of was the problem he found was with police department policies, which were already approved by Patrick, which is over the police department when it comes to Murma. Chief Wilson sent in all of his department policies once he became chief, because he's probably let everybody in this room know that him and Patrick have talked for a while and went round and round on some policies. But as far as our scoring on this, the past 4 years, we've gotten a perfect score in all of our policies. Our policies policies have been updated and they have been approved by MIRMA, but this year there seemed to be an issue. So after talking to Jeff during the MIRMA evaluation, when we were going through it, we even went over to Chief Wilson's office, which he was just as surprised as I was. But on the MIRMA website, we have a loss control evaluation form that we go by. It's about a 20-page form of everything on pretty much how they rate the city. But the scale that they use for the police department is not included in the loss control evaluation form. And after trying to find out how he got that scale, or he said that this is the same scale they've used for 22 years, and then trying to find out why this year, the first year in I know the past 4, that the police department has scored perfect when it comes to their patrol policies. But I couldn't get an answer. Chief Wilson wasn't sure. We even contacted Patrick from MIRMA in Chief Wilson's office, and I guess we learned something. But other than that, everything else in the evaluation went great. The only other points that we were deducted was with the swing that we talked about a few months back, which I'm still in the process of talking to Bluegrass Play Equipment, which is the one that got us that swing. Since then, on that swing that they have an issue with, I've gotten with our park department supervisor, Chuck, and we've replaced all the bolts and made everything on that twice as strong as what the recommendations show on it. So all the clips that were supposed to be rated 300 pounds have been swapped out to where they are rated for 600 pounds, just to try to prove to MIRMA that we do want to keep this, and we're trying to make it safer.
And this is the handicap swing, right?
It is, yes.
Yeah. Sounds to me like they just want to give us a better score.
But other than that, I know that you all received the loss control evaluation in your packet that was sent out by Miss Brenda. If you guys don't have any questions on that, one thing I do want to say is that over the past year, with the safety committee, council members, Miss Brenda, and all the department heads, everybody's worked great together. And if there was ever an issue came up, it's been fixed, no issues. There's been no problems. All the department heads have been great.
Thank you, man. You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Locke, did you look into somebody else? What was that, what was it called? Mopar or whatever?
I contacted several cities around us to see who they had, and a lot of them had Mopar. And a couple of them had different ones, but anyway, we have talked to an agent that can write for Mopar and also Travelers, and so they asked for some information so that they could get an idea to do their quote. And Tyler and I are in the process right now of getting that together and to get to them, and then we will be meeting with that agent.
Awesome, that's good.
And probably some of y'all too, any of y'all that can.
It sounds like a plan.
We'll let him explain it to us.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you for doing
No
that.
problem. Okay, human resources.
We need to have a meeting, Brenda, could you schedule it, say 5:15 next Tuesday?
Tuesday?
That will get you here, and keep you right after work.
Yeah.
There's a couple of issues we need to deal with.
Okay. All right. Humane.
We have been extremely busy with people that want to be repeat letting their dogs run. So we started last Wednesday issuing citations, and I think as of today, we're at 17 total.
You're at 15 in 3 days, right?
15 in 3 days.
Yeah.
So it's the same people, they're doing it again and again and again. So we've decided that we're just gonna be no tolerance, and if we have to come out of that leash law with an owner, then we're just gonna start issuing citations to try to get a grip on it.
So one of the questions we had in the committee meeting was, if a person gets a ticket in February, March, and April, that third ticket, can it be from, I know that it goes to the courts, but is there any way we can make it a higher amount?
No,
No?
It's an ordinance.
no, we're restricted is all we can do by statute.
So it's just,
Thank the Attorney General for that.
so it's just gonna be the 8750?
No, we can go up to 225.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
right now, it's just, what is it, 8750 that the court says pay this and.
yeah, but on repeats, I'll ask for something higher.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So you're on board with that?
Oh, yeah.
Because it seems like it's just repeat cutting.
Well,
She wrote 3 in one day to one person, right? Yeah.
I was out, yeah, actually, one lady got served today, and we got her again this afternoon, like literally.
And
And
this
then
isn't,
we have one that she was serving her citation, and we have her dog, and she will wait till she feels good and ready to come get her dog. We keep going through this,
that
like,
goes to another thing. Right now, when they come in, I think it's $15 for the first day, and then $3 a day. Every day the dog's there, and then the person comes and picks it up. They pay the fee, and they take the dog home. Is that right?
right,
As soon as the dog comes in, they get a $20 vaccination.
Mm-hmm.
They may come pick it up the next day, so that's $18. Can we, is there a way we can get any, and they go to the vet too, or whatever, et cetera, can we get the expenses back from the owner?
Yeah.
Okay, because right now it's just $15 and $3 a day, no matter what we spent, and they give us $21 and. it is what it is.
You know, look at it and see what the actual expenses are and charge them and recover the
okay,
actual
do
expenses.
they have to pay that before they take their dog?
Yes.
That's up to,
If they don't, you'll never get it.
Now, here's another thing too, you're gonna have a lot more dogs that stay. But I know that you're,
That's what we do.
I know, and you're
Yeah.
family. Hey, I know that's what you do,
We transport it
and you're
out,
great.
everything at the pound except for 3, and today we picked up 16, so.
wow.
Yeah, and I know, you
And
don't
we've got a
care.
lady that's flirting that wants to surrender, but we're 2 weeks away from transport, and she's got 10 more to give us. We
Oh,
took
wow.
8 from her today. So, I mean, we can't possibly take those 10 until we can try to figure out how to get, because we would be able to pick up anything that we might need to pick up.
So
That's
this,
actually
I
right.
guess what I mean is this may cause a little bit of a logistical problem in the future if we start charging more. But people are taking advantage of it.
And on day, like, we have to hold them for 5 business days. On day 6 or day 10, if they decide to show up, do they still get their dog back, or
I
are
think
they
that's your
then the
discretion.
cities?
I think it's your discretion, wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
Because the policy says 5 days. After that, you're either supposed to euthanize them or put them into the system. So I'd say that, you need to use discretion on that. If they're waiting 10 days to pick their dog up, they're beyond 5 days.
That's what
Okay. And I will get y'all a packet as soon as we can catch up, and I'm waiting on Brad Ford to come get our stuff up in the morning.
Let's discuss the issue we had last week too, over in, what is that edition? Watson edition. So we took a trap over to the problem address, and first off, we dropped one, and they left to get another one, came back, and the trap was stolen, which is bizarre to me. They cut bolt cutters and stole it.
They didn't cut the chain, they cut the trap.
Cut the trap.
Left our chain, and our lock was still attached. We
So-
did do a police report on that.
So we got another trap over there, and all we've caught was a couple cats, and a couple of birds,
A
or
couple
a
of
bird,
cats,
one
one bird and a couple of cats.
One bird and a couple cats, no dogs. So, and they're doing extra patrols, and they can't see what's going on.
And we did, I talked to Mr. McVeigh while texting, and he said that she could sign a complaint, and eventually she did on the previous incident, and that went over today.
But we're not seeing any dogs.
But
And,
we also have the trap sitting there shut.
so now they requested that we need the trap in other places, it's been there. We've caught cats and birds and no dogs. And so,
Obviously, the news has got out.
obviously.
Yeah.
So, they requested the trap stay there, but not be set, which makes 0 sense. So I just told Tina, go ahead and pull it. And I think that would be everybody's
Random.
decision. to pull it. Yeah.
Could we randomly replace it out there?
Sure, we could do
I
that.
mean, we're limited on the number of tabs she has, and one's down because it was taken, so. There's
So I
other
think
places.
we bought another trap. It's
We're
on-
also
it's on-
limited on personnel.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, but I do have to say thank you to Chief and the police officers because we did send out an email and ask for extra patrol in areas we're having issues. And they have some of them written tickets and they've been watching the traps and helping out a lot, so that's been.
Long story short, as of right now, we can't find the problem. Don't know if it's better, I don't know, but. Have you
The
got
dogs have not been out. I did talk to her when she called Friday.
so the problem
They have
seems
not
to
been
resolve itself?
For now.
Pull your trap.
For now.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you for all your work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Police.
Mayor, council, just a few things real quick. This past week, we got a letter in the mail saying that we got awarded a law enforcement block grant in an amount of over $9,000. It's dedicated toward body cameras. And we just got our new body cameras in just this past week. We're starting implementing them today. So what I'm gonna ask the council, that we'll go ahead and pay this bill out of our equipment reserve fund. When the $9,000 comes in, we put it back in there. I just need council approval to put the money back in.
You got a motion?
You need a motion for that?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Got a motion, we got a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There you go.
Next thing I got, we are looking at reintroducing our K-9 program. I've gotten with Blue Street K-9 out of Jonesboro, Arkansas. Total cost for this is gonna be $11,500. That's for the dog in the 2-week school. There's also gonna be some other costs. Basically, we've been, for the last 3-4 years, we've been dedicating $10,000 a year toward the K-9 program. It'd be about $1,500 over. And what I can do, I can take it out of our training fund. We've had a lot of classes canceled this past year. So I can easily come up with the other $1,500 in order to cover this cost, if the council approves us moving forward with this. There's also a 2-day school on the legal aspects of being a K-9 handler. So when we name whoever that handler's gonna be, we'd like to send them to that school, so they'll have the legal aspects that goes along with the job.
You already have a candidate for that?
Do what?
Do you have somebody that's willing
Well,
to do
we're
it?
gonna put it out to all the officers, see who all's interested, then we'll kind of go from there. Assistant Chief Stewart, myself will, talk to the officers, then we'll kind of make a decision. We're gonna have to move quick, if we wanna try to get into that smart school. He's got some dogs available that have not been spoken for yet, that we can get our name on one of them.
Committee approved all this then? Is the committee on board with it?
We'd like to.
Yes.
I think so,
Yes,
yeah.
committee's on board with it.
Yeah.
And if you do have the money, except the $1,500?
You okay with that then?
I'm okay with it. $1,500 full.